Hey guys, Deathless Doggy here, and today I'm gonna actually talk about some serious stuff. Because let's just say today was actually not a really good day, and I'll get into that in a minute. But you're not wrong about the title. It's not like anything. This is actually kind of like something kind of serious I want to talk about. So yeah, the name of this video is pretty much accurate. I am kind of like saying I'm fighting with myself. And the reason for that is that, well, today, two of my family members were in a hospital. One was in a car wreck, and the other one apparently got like a severe case. And I don't want to like kind of like go into it because it is kind of like hard to process even for myself. But crap, I don't even know how to explain this honestly, but I'm doing the best I can because that's something because I actually want to try and get this out the way, kind of situated and all that stuff. So basically, today was not very well off, and for the past, I want to say the past 2 months, I have been like procrastinating, and which led to me kind of like doubting myself and all that. And it's kind of hard to like, get myself even more out there. It's not just related to the channel, but it's more related to like real life kind of situations. Like for instance, with the channel, I do feel like I'm just putting myself out there with something others like, and I kind of like it too, but at the same time it's kind of like more taxing on myself to the point where it's not that interesting to me anymore. So I do kind of get not critical, but more or less against myself doing certain videos that I find fun, like certain videos of games and stuff that I find fun compared to games that you guys find fun. To that extent, it does kind of like get taxing on me. It's like normally I do want to put out more content, and I want to keep it going. I want to keep you guys entertained because you guys are awesome. You guys are my pretty much you. I'm not gonna lie, you guys mean the world to me, and I want to keep this going. But it's just at this point, I feel like I'm doing everything for the wrong reason, and it's really taxing on me about that. So I will keep putting videos up, but I just like need to actually push myself to do so. And like I said, after today, having two family members being both in the ER, I mean, one of them's okay, the other's going to be staying overnight because, as you can tell, I'm pretty much home alone. So the first one, the one that had got out was my younger brother. He was in a car accident, and I don't know what really happened. All I know is like I guess you could say he got T-boned, and he was in the hospital. He wasn't in the hospital for long, so thank goodness for that. And I'm actually happy he survived. It kind of like stressed me out to the point where I was going to get onto him because I know how he is about that sports car of his. And yes, he does have I guess you could say it's kind of a Pontiac G6. I guess that's what it's called. So I guess that's a sports car. I'm not too sure. But he's fine. My grandma, on the other hand, this is why I say I'm kind of like at home by myself. My grandma, on the other hand, she's staying overnight because I guess, stress and something else had happened with her. Basically, her blood pressure and her blood sugar was high, so that kind of dwelled on me for a bit. So let's just say she has, well, I don't want to say like anything too that sends like the wrong message and make it like a joke, but the high blood sugar and high blood pressure, that should be a term that everybody's familiar with, or the actual correct term that's everybody's familiar with. And it kind of hit me today to the point where to the point where I'm like actually questioning how come I'm not putting myself out there, like not just the channel but more like out there in public, because I'm pretty sure you guys are kind of well aware most of the times that my uploading is slow. That's because of, well, I often do like housework, I do lawn work, stuff like that. And previously last year I did work at the warehouse, but apparently that didn't last too long, lasted for a few months. That's how I got that. That's how I've been able to obtain a PS4 and actually started like trying out streaming. Speaking of streaming, that's something I'm actually going to try and do. Like, I know people are getting tired of me of complaining about my computer, and I get that. I know there are some people who are kind of annoyed, saying like, oh, he's bringing up his computer again, oh my god. I mean, I can stop that, I know that. It's just like, I just wanted to give you guys an update on why videos are kind of like slow and whatnot. I do plan on trying to make this channel consistent. I do plan on making the Deadless Doggy channel consistent, but like I said earlier, that it is kind of taxing on me because the videos that I have thus far they kind of felt lackluster. Like, I didn't have that much of a spark in them, and most of my videos and streams, I'm not gonna lie, they have been lackluster. Most of the time, like if I stream, I have to like keep quiet, so I try to make myself sound clear enough for you guys to hear me. And I wish I would be able to get louder, but like I said, I don't want to wake up my grandma. She is in the next room. I have my neighbors, which is kind of like next door, because we live in an apartment, so I don't want my neighbors to like start thinking, even though they've been quiet for a while, but I don't want my neighbors to like get onto us being loud when often they'll be loud, which is pretty much another reason why my uploading schedule is kind of like at random and so dwindling. But the reason why I'm fighting with myself, or I'm like heavily procrastinating on what should I do, it's like, I guess you could say it's kind of like a phobia of failure and whatnot, because that's something, this is kind of like back then that happened with me, and often every time I fail I never get any better, because usually I get put down for my failures, or if I end up saying something that sounds like I do know something, they pretty much correct me on it. Well, not correct me, but more like kind of ridicule for me and then call me stupid and stuff like that. So that's pretty much why I'm fighting with myself. Like, I do want to like get this channel up and running. I do want to be out there a lot more. I do want to go out a lot more, because I do plan on like, I want to get like myself financially stable so I can actually help out the channel and actually build up a schedule for my uploadings and a schedule for when I work and stuff like that. Because last year, like I said, I did work at the warehouse. The schedule was severely random, except for Friday and Saturday. My schedule was severely random, but Friday and Saturday was my most busiest days, which kind of like takes a lot out of me. Pretty much every day takes a lot out of me, because where I used to work at, it was just too much of a hassle. So part of me is like saying I want to miss this job, but part of me is saying like I shouldn't, which is a good thing, because on account that it's worse on me, because it's worse on my mental health and my emotional health, because there was something that happened last year which pretty much happened non-stop. Along with that, I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of like scared of like going out there and getting like a secondary job, like, because YouTube at this point, I'm like doing YouTube as a hobby, but I want to keep it consistent to actually feel like a job. But I can't do that with my PS4. I can only do it with my computer, and that's something I want to like do. I want to do like streams through my computer, but my computer is not that strong. It's an HP stream, so you can imagine like all the nonsensical BS that's happening with it that I'm still learning on how to do and how to like repair that. Because at this point, my computer does not want to do a factory reset, and it doesn't want to take the programs to be able to do the factory reset. So I'm pretty much at like a deadlock with that computer, and I have to replace it. I don't know when. I think maybe around next month, hopefully. So hopefully I will get like a better computer. Well, it's more of a laptop, so but I call it a computer because it's still the same thing. It's a PC. Because I'm not that picky or whatever the word was. But yeah, that's the whole situation. It's like I can't help but doubt myself, which is bad, and I know that. I want to like fix that because because I do have like a social anxiety, and I want to like try and rectify that in a way, but at the same time it's like holding me back to the point where I believe that I got it into my head that I will fail at whatever I'm doing. Like if I were to like be a fast food chef or whatever, I have a feeling I'll F up on an order. Or if I be somewhat at a cashier, I'll F up on the money. So this is like kind of daunting on me right now after today, knowing that my grandma is going to be, she'll be back tomorrow though, but because they're just going to keep her overnight to like check on her blood sugar and stuff. But after today, it did kind of impact me hard because I have lost a family member due to that. Like her sister had the same kind of issue, but she wasn't taking care of herself. So it kind of worries me about that like greatly, which is why I have to try and learn how to push myself, because usually I don't push myself unless if I have like someone to push me to that point. And I'm not talking about like, mainly my family can do that, but a majority of my family members, they kind of like do it the wrong kind of way. I have friends, but they even do it the wrong kind of way. Like they'll end up finding opportunity for me, but they don't, a majority of the times they don't encourage me. Like it's more or less like a majority of them, yes, they encourage me, but at the same time, half the time, if I dwindle on it too long, they outright want to force me to do that, which is pretty much they'll shut me down and tell me like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't care if you're mad, I will not do it. It's kind of like that kind of deal. But that's something I need to actually fix. Like I need to fix my social anxiety. I need to nix the phobia of failure. I forgot what it was called, but that's pretty much the situation that I'm not gonna lie, I have been holding it in for a while. I think 2 months. I mean, usually there's like a whole lot of stuff I want to hold in and vent out, but I don't want to like, but it's more personal. So I think this is the major one that I actually want to share out with you guys and, just kind of get off my chest. So I really do want to have Deadless Doggy as kind of like consistent. I want to keep it going. I don't want to shut it down because this is actually my third channel. Yeah, believe it or not, this is actually my third channel. My previous 2 channels, I kind of remember them vividly. One was basically based around like Nerf wars. Like I often go to the park and like capture like Nerf wars and whatnot. And the first one was just me being dumb with like recording games with just a simple camera sitting up on top of my table and pointed at the TV. I'll probably get into that later on, or I'll probably like tell you guys about that later or another time, 1 to 2. But it kind of like today actually kind of like hit me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there has been like days it constantly been hitting me, but every time it kind of like shuts my mindset down to the point where I don't want to like try and capitalize on the opportunity, like where I don't want to, go ahead out there. That's something I actually need to start fixing before this year's up. Because I want to actually start helping my grandma out with the house. I want to pretty much help my mom out in any way I can. Help them out and whatnot. And then I actually want to use that for myself, mainly help the channel out, so I can actually share more goofy videos with you. And like I said, I want to improve the Deathless Doggy channel. Like, I know, and I really do know, I have noticed that I've been sounding lackluster. Like, there's not much spark in my videos. I can fix that, but like I said, I can't just like go too heavy into it because I don't want to wake my grandma up. But that's the thing, I don't have another room on account with like my neighbors. Our houses are like, I can actually, because the apartment next door, I remember it vividly because my mom used to live there. So I know where every room is next door. So it's kind of impossible for me to actually, raise my voice to actually put in more excitement and whatnot. So like I said, I'm going to have to apologize that it does sound kind of lackluster. It does kind of like sound low and all that stuff. It's just like my little living situation. I don't have like a room anymore that's available for me to scream and shout. And on top of that, like I said, I want to like get rid of this social anxiety. I want to get rid of this fear of failure. I want to like improve on everything that I've been doing thus far. Because like I said, after today, it hit me hard. I'm not joking. It hit me to the point where reality is like going to make it harder and harder to slap me to actually do something. But like I said, I don't have like I guess you could say I don't have the charisma, or I don't have the courage or something like that, I guess. Because I'm kind of like scared of like messing up. Which is pretty much, I know it's like not a good excuse, but that's kind of like where I'm at, because I am afraid of like I'm going to slip up and then just like people aren't going to like it, people are going to get angry about it, stuff like that. Because that actually happened multiple times, or anytime like I say like a certain comment or answer like a certain question and it turns out wrong, or something that I should have done, I kind of get hounded for it. So my mindset is like at like a weird kind of place right now. But I actually need to start putting myself a little bit more out there. Like, not just for myself, but for the channel and for you guys. Because this is actually kind of rough. And I actually need to start taking action to further my life and pretty much improve everything around me. But I guess I probably didn't make too much sense throughout this whole video, but long story short, I'll kind of like summarize it all. I want to improve the channel. I have family members who went to the hospital, and it pretty much hit me like a freight train, I guess. Or it hit me like 10 freight trains, and I'm kind of scared of like messing up, because that's a phobia. like the fear of failure. I forgot what it's called. I don't know really. And I get like a social anxiety where it's like I don't want to like irritate anyone out of like my knowledge and whatnot. So that's pretty much the whole deal. So, like I said, I'm fighting with myself. I don't like. Part of me wants to like go out there and do stuff, but part of me is telling me like to sit back down because you know you're going to mess up, and I want to fix that. I really want to fix that, but I think I rambled on about that a little bit too long, and I'm pretty sure there's no recap needed for what all I talked about. But I want to say thank you guys for taking the time to look at this. If you can, I'm not even gonna worry about like likes or anything. Just I hope you guys understand where my situation is, where I'm coming from, and yeah, I will get better. I will try. I promise. I will put myself out there. I just need one great push. And I guess you could say I need like a helping hand and a great push to get me out of this kind of shell. But thank you guys for taking time to see this. I really appreciate it. Take care.